Well, I'll tell you what's happening. I'm not supposed to be talking about this. I'm not. And something is interfering. It is. Why the pine cone? Why the pine cone? Why the pineal gland? Why the third eye? And why the cover up? Why can't we? Good morning, Apple Brooks, honey. Why can't we have the knowledge that they had back then? Why can't we? Is it only to a select few? I'm going to tell you what I read when I woke up this morning. I'm going to turn this around really fast. I got to have the light shining on it. Jeannie, you want to have the light shining on it? I do want to have the light shining on it. Good morning. I got this little Bible thing. I picked it up. Is where I picked it up at the Peddler Mall because I like little Bibles. I like books. And I picked it up. And I went to this one spot in it. And I'm going to try to hold it still. Let me see if I can do it. Now, don't be surprised if this, Gina, can you please get yourself through? I'm trying to get this. There, I got it. I'm trying to get this situated. Let me say good morning. And I haven't been reading my Bible as much as I should have. I used to read it. I did. I'm working on it. I'm working on reading and praying more. So are you. Because we want to build ourselves up on the inside. We want to get close to God. We do. We want to grow on the inside of our being. Okay, so this morning, so I was looking at this. And let me see if I can get it. I can't really see it that well, you all. I really can't. My eyes, I am way too close to even see it. Okay, I can see it now. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. I can see all obstacles out of the way or whatever. The hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and truth. The Spirit, he's a spirit. Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when you shall neither in this mountain nor at Jerusalem worship the Father. You worship, you know not. What you worship, you don't know what you're worshiping. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. But God is a spirit, and the hour will come when he seeks those. You're going to seek God, you're going to worship him in spirit and truth, because he's a spirit. You can't really, he's not a building. He's not a mountain, but it's all spiritual. Okay, Gina, what are you trying to say? It's all spiritual. That's what I'm saying. It's right here, inside here. And even though I point to my heart, there may be more to it than just your heart, Gina, honey. But why the big pine cone and the pineal gland and stuff like that? Look at some of these. Now, some of these things that I tried to click into, it had an error. Look at that. I am God, pineal gland, secret of Anunnaki. So now we got the Anunnaki. We do. The Anunnaki. How on earth are the Anunnaki playing a role in the pineal gland and spirit? Okay, how we got it on, Gina. Good morning. There was something else. It's like the tree of life, Gina. Let me see this. Would that pop into my mind? The stairway to heaven. Let me look at this, you all. Let me try to find it because I had find it. Look at this. Good morning, Marcy with the E. Stairway to heaven. The pineal gland, look at that, looks like a pine cone and is the size of a small gemstone, which is jasper. The pineal gland is known as the throne of God. I've not heard of that. Around the throne of God, the physical pineal gland, are the cranial nerves that help the pineal gland function to its full capacity. This is mentioned as the 24 elders in Revelation. The pineal gland is the main endocrine gland in the body that rests in the middle of the brain between the two cerebral hemispheres, which is mentioned in Genesis 3:24, and the cherubims that guard the tree of life. Well, I didn't even read that, and it popped in my head, the tree of life word. The tree of life is your spinal column. It is also known as the stairway to heaven, or in the occult as Jacob's ladder. Your spinal column has 33 vertebrae, as in the 33-degree masonry. There are also 33 spinal nerves, 33 as in Jesus died at the age of 33. And when you add 33, 33, 66, hence there are 66 books in the Bible. I didn't know all of that. I didn't. We know that there's many depictions of a pine cone and the Anunnaki holding it. Right here, Jacob's ladder wrestled with an angel. But let's think about that. Could that signify really the tree of life? If you think about the chakras, is there more to this than what meets the eye? And we're not being told. See, like this, boom. And we know that, Gina, honey, what do we know? That they calcify our pineal gland. That's what. Good morning, everyone in the Grand Rising. Why is the pineal gland calcified? Why that big mouthful of fluoride when you go to the dentist for 30 minutes? Don't you hold that in your mouth? At a ripe young age. But at that ripe young age, there's these little children who have memories of a life before this life. Because they can tell you, well, I was this person, and I heard this story. This little boy told his mother, I was a farmer, me and my brother. We were up on the roof, and I was married. I had my wife and these children, but he was an older man, probably, I don't know, late age. And he fell off the roof and he died. That's what he told her. Fell off the roof and I died. But there's lots of children who remember something like that. There's something to it. But what are you talking about? The stairway to heaven. The pineal gland looks like a pine cone. But we know that there was technology that they were developing to try to get rid of that religious, spiritual connection. And if they can cut the connection with the spiritual realm and just like block it, then there's our connection. It's completely severed. But it says the day will come when you will worship me in spirit. So look at this. The pineal gland, the eye of God. The eye of God. You are a soul and you have a body. The pineal gland and its history. I thought I read somewhere where they said that's just junk. You don't need it. That's what I thought I read. But truly, it's like I'll build a stairway to heaven. I'll climb to the highest star because heaven is where you are. It's where you are. Then they got the eye of Horus. The eye of Horus. But it's right there. The pineal gland. The pineal gland. Good morning, Dragonfly. Let me see this, you all. I know your comments. See, look at this. All the depiction of it. Why? If there was, you've got to ask yourself this. If there's nothing to it, then why do they got statues of the pineal gland? If there's nothing to it whatsoever. then why the symbolism of it? Why? And if this is the Anunnaki, really, then you got this, they hold in the pine cones. This is wrapped around, intertwined, and this would symbolize like the DNA strand, but you're back. Gina, can you flip it around? The spiritual connection, and God is a spirit. And the day will come when people will worship him. He wants true worshipers in the spirit. It's inside here. It's that spiritual connection. You gotta keep your mind clear. You really do gotta guard your heart. You guard your mind. Keep your frequency up, because they're trying to cut the connection. And with something that occurred, really, did you hear that before? That it was the tree of life, your spinal column. It's the chakra, your chakra, your chakra. Let me look over here in the comment section. I won't be on here long. Is your pineal gland, Pineal gland, and your chakra? I can't write, Gina. Chakra. I'm not saying it right, and I'm not even typing it out, but I think AI is, no, it doesn't want to get it. Look at this. This is strange. Alpha. It's like I am Alpha and Omega. Alpha. What? Alpha. Alpha. Omega. I've not seen that depiction before. Let's see it. If you're just tuning in, if you can read this writing, I don't know what the writing is. Is that I don't know what the writing is, you all. I can't tell. That what kind of writing is that? Oh, Gina, you gonna cover it up? I'm gonna cover it up, y'all. But this is just don't think about it. Okay, you got this. Look at that. That's the pineal gland, the third eye. Now, so is this bad symbolism? This is being depicted as a bad symbolism right here, but it's your pineal gland. But we're told that this is evil, but yet it's in our head, but that's our spiritual connection, and they want to calcify this part right here, so you don't got your spiritual connection, but this is being depicted in religious circles as evil, pure evil. The eye of Horus or whatever it is, but it's the spiritual like connection also. But there's significance to it. If there wasn't significance to it, there would not be a push to calcify it. Good morning. Greek, it's Greek? Okay. Greek. I wanted to get the chakra. It's your thymus, and some people have a overactive, is it pineal gland? Their pineal gland is a lot more active than others. But what will block it? Good morning, Debbie. They use Bikini Island. They use the lasers there. Let me see your chakra in your body. Can you live without your pineal gland? Because they just depicted your spinal column as the tree of life. It was depicted as the tree of life. And there's 33 vertebrae. If you're just turning in, 33, let's see what they said it was, if I can pull it back up, because I had it on here. The tree of, I've already blocked it out. Gina, you've already went too far in your endeavor. I got to get back to where I was. Yeah, you really do, Gina, because you are all over the place. You are. I can't find it anymore. The Stairway to Heaven. And it was really good. And it said the number 33, but I've never seen it before. I haven't. But it's the very spiritual part of you. And God is spirit. You worship in spirit. But there are those who are using the power of the the pineal gland in a wild way, a rude, a very bad way, extremely bad way, using it for evil. They're taking that insight and they're using it for evil. Evil is what they're doing when it should not be used for evil. It shouldn't. Let me see this, if I can pull it back up. I'm going to try to pull it back up, you all, because I can't find the one thing that I wanted. It's the pine cone. They use it for evil. Jacob's ladder. Oh, they got the Metatron. We got Metatron. Metatron. Does that say Lucifer? I'm not sure. The world of nation. Is this like thy glory? Let's see this, you all. Thy glory fills all the worlds. Somebody did it. Your body. Your physical world. You got to do soul work. The world formation. The world of the spirit. The Messiah. Metatron. Emanation. And at the top, I don't even know what I'm looking at, but that looks kind of interesting. Gina, it's info, your jam interest here. I mean, honey, I'm not even looking at the comments. Breath work and meditation can help open your third eye and clear your toxins out of your body. You want your third eye open. And it seems like, okay, let's read this right here. I know this is not as clear as it should be. I tried to click into this one link right here. Watch this. I wanted to click into that. Let me tell you what it did. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to put it in another tab. The service you requested is not available at this time. It's a service error because they don't want you to see it. They don't want you to see it. But it told about it. So is this considered like, look, this is the crown of consciousness. It's situated at the top of the codices and represents the crown chakra, not the pineal gland, and the anja, the third eye chakra positioned at the pineal gland, is the doorway to reuniting with the consciousness of God. We see the crown as the Kether and Kabbalah tree. 7 gates to consciousness. This is all really wild. It really is so. Is truly your spinal column then it looks like you got the things. So do you think that they are speaking of things that they know is true, but telling us it's being depicted in a bad, bad way, as it's pure evil. Pure evil. And new age whatever stuff. Because you can't, when you think about the tree of life, you would think about a physical tree of life as in the Garden of Eden, a physical tree of life. But is it more spiritual speaking? Spiritual speaking. And look at the top of this. Why is this at the top? And why does it look like it's got wings? Really, think of like a flower. But it's depicted as having wings. Gina, you got things all throughout this, Gina. I can't even watch you because you're moving your thing around. Now you got these rings. It's the spiritual energy. This stuff is deep. It really is deep. It's so deep. Natural medicine for your body. It's, the Stairway to Heaven. Pine cone symbolism. There's controlling of information that they don't want us to learn anything. They don't. Whoever's in control, if they can block it, block this to keep us from thinking outside the box, really think about that, block it. But we're spiritual beings. Portal of higher dimensions. That's how people astro travel. And ascend is, look at that. Gina, you don't even know what you're talking about? If I was to say I know, that means I really truly know and I can explain everything, whatever. No, I'm just finding out more. I know a little, and I don't claim to know a lot, but at least I have the desire to want to learn and grow. I do. Like everyone else, we want to learn and grow because our pineal gland is not, look, it's the all-seeing eye watching you. It's like that song, we sing it in church, watching you, every day mind the course you pursue, watching you, there's an all-seeing eye watching you. But they turned it into evil. They took that, which is good, and turned it into evil and used it in a wrong way. The truth will set you free, but you got to really search for it. You have to seek me with all your heart, with all your mind and your spirit. And in all your ways, acknowledge me and him, and he will make your path straight. If you want to take that spiritual path, your path will be straight, straight and narrow, straight and narrow. There's so many more spiritual meanings to all of this, you all. So many. And I really would like to read that again about the pineal gland and the tree of life and the 33, whatever it was talking about. But I wasn't able to truly, oh, Stairway to Heaven. That's what I was supposed to type in. Gina, you just talking out of your head. You know, let me do this. Pineal, we can learn together. Pineal gland, and you're not above me and I'm not above you. We're all in this together. We are. Now, granted, some people have more knowledge. Some people are really good in this area right here. They are. Look at this. Look at that. Just tipped in. Click it. Gina, get it out. Look at that. The pineal gland tattoo. Now, I'm not going to get no tattoo on my body, but it looks like the tree of life with all of this kind of stuff. It does. It does. I got myself a little distracted, but I'm still typing it in, and the Stairway to Heaven is what I wanted to type in. I wanted to read what they said to heaven. And it's really, you got to have a change of consciousness. You got to have a change inside here, which will bring about more insight, more spiritual insight. When you get more spiritual insight, you can see what truly is happening in the world. With your eyes are open, the veil is lifted. But if your pineal gland is calcified, you can't have the veil lifted. Can you? Can you have it lifted if it's calcified? Probably not. They want you to activate it. Look, the devastating. Look, heal thyself. The devastating effect of this on your pineal gland. Until the 1990s, no research was ever done. A small gland between the two hemispheres of the brain that regulates the production of the hormone melatonin, a hormone that helps regulate the onset of puberty, helps protect your body from cell damage and caused by free radicals. It's known now, the University in England, the soft tissue of the adult pineal gland contains more fluoride than any other soft tissue in the body. Wow. The more you drink this, more people in the United States drink it than the rest of the world. Heavy tea drinkers risk fluoride-induced bone disease. 97% of Western Europe rejected fluoridation of water. It's male infertility. Gina, this is why you get yourself in trouble. But I wanted to find it. I'm not going to find it anymore. Oh, okay, we just speaking about that. We're just speaking about the narrow way. Okay. Narrow is the way. Narrow. And only few will find it. Well, it does make sense to me. It does. Straight and narrow is the way. And many who enter, now very few will find it. Because they don't go within. And if you got to worship God in spirit, because God is spirit, the inside of us, you're going to worship right here from our mind, body, and soul. It's narrow. Gina, God is not a spirit. Where's my little Bible book go? I try to find it. It's right here. You go look it up. God is a spirit. That's what he says. God is a spirit. You're not going to worship him on the mountain in the big church buildings. You're not going to find him in there. It's within. Within. Your body is a temple. It's a temple. It's like a beautiful temple. Narrow is the way. I got to stand up because I can't read it. It's too close up. This is John 4. Am I still on John 4:24? God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. The hour will come, and it's already here, when the true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and in truth. Look, he's told them, you worship what you don't know. But we worship what we worship for the worship is salvation of the Jews. Woman, the day is going to come, the hour is going to come. You ain't going to be worshiping me on this mountain, nor at Jerusalem. You're going to worship the Father, and the Father is a spirit. God is a spirit. He said, I speak unto thee that I am he incarnate. Jesus is the Spirit, embodied the Spirit of God. So God is a spirit. Gina, see, this is what gets you in trouble. You're talking about the Bible and you're throwing in all this New Age stuff. You're talking about your body like it's like really real. Oh, it's real. It's real. Narrow is the way, and only few will find it. It's the tree of life. The tree of life. So what happens if you eat from that tree of life? Very few do. But then you have the tree of knowledge of good and evil. But then the tree of life is something, it's a whole new level up. A whole level up. Gina, how long you been on here? 31 minutes? 31 minutes. And it affects your pituitary gland. It affects your circadian rhythm. Look, this, oopsie, sorry. The sunlight, inhibition, stimulation, melatonin, get that over here, melatonin, pineal gland, suprachiasmatic nucleus, superior cervical ganglion, inhibits. So the sun will inhibit. Yo, what's the word inhibit? Let's look up inhibit. I-N-H-I-B-I-T. Inhibit is, it holds back, it restrains. To cause a person to behave in a restrained consciousness. To, look, consciousness right there. Gina, we can't see it. Let me make it bigger. Consciously. To suppress your conscience. So the sun, does it mess this up? Is that what they're saying? What about the moon? It stimulates it. Gina, do you know what you're talking about? Well, we got this thing right here. But then we got this. Then we got that. It looks, it's a nice visual. It makes sense, but I can't put it into words. Can't, Amy Gill. The sun is the life force. So they want to block out the sun because they don't want your, it's going to affect your pineal gland too. You may not be able to get melatonin, right, from the sun. Why he wants to do it. The sun is our life source. The sun and the pineal gland. Sun, and they want to kill your pineal gland. Oh, but they want theirs active. They want their pineal gland active, but you can't have an active pineal gland. Is that how it works? They can have theirs. They're all about organic and stuff. The sunlight, I'm gonna try to do, oh, see, it wouldn't even type it in, the sunlight. Sunlight and pineal gland. Let me see what this is gonna bring up. You're not, it's good for the eye as well as the brain. Sunlight, serotonin in your sleep cycle, is located deep in your brain, the epithalamus. It alters your hormones to create the other. Your body's sleep-wake cycle is affected by how much natural and unnatural light that you are exposed to and the related production of these hormones. the benefits of sunlight, sun exposure, vitamin D, photosynthesis, other health benefits that have been largely overlooked on how much the sun is needed for your good health. Sun-dependent pathways, your third eye. Let me see this. The downside, let's look at this, you all. Wearing sunglasses can affect your pineal gland. Eyeglasses and contact lenses rob your energy by blocking some of the ultraviolet rays that travel through the eyes to the pineal gland. The downside to wearing sunglasses is that it interferes with a portion of the endocrine system involving the pineal gland, which is light responsive. If the light within you is darkness, how great is that darkness? If your pineal gland has went out, then you're going to be in the dark. You're going to be in the dark. Let me look at this. We do not fully understand the operation of the pineal gland, but from what we do know, you do not want to mess with your pineal gland. The light, it's light responsive. It's light responsive. You got the men in black. They got to wear dark glasses because they don't want the light to get into them. Yeah, that's really interesting. I do reference N5D quite often at times when I talk about some things. So thank you, N5D. The pineal gland, the biggest cover-up in human history. It will keep you from ascending. It will keep you from evolving. It will keep you from growing spiritually. Look at that. It's right up there. The halo, right up there. You're gonna worship. What do they do to all the sun god? They worshiping of the sun. They sun god worship. People who look at the sun, but that activates the pineal gland. And they said that it's pure evil. It's pure evil to be out in the sun. And China worshipers, sun, okay. I don't know. I can't do it. I don't know. I have no idea about it, you all. This is a little bit wild, but we've been on a journey this morning. We've been on a journey, and what was it? I read it out of this little Bible right here. I read it. I've read it this morning. I turned straight to it. Well, Gina, I do know that God's a spirit, okay? The Holy Spirit within you, that's your connection. It's all spiritual, you all. Spiritual is what it is. Totally spiritual. It's John. It's the Sumerian. Hey, it's the Sumerian woman who speaks. The hour comes and is now when true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit. You know how they say, you better be at this church. Every time the doors open, you better be in this church. Because if you expect to be a Sunday school teacher in this church, if you expect to have any position in this church, you will be inside this building every time the door is open. Or you will not be a Sunday school teacher. You will not be able to be an elder. You gotta do this and you gotta do that. But you're not going to be accepted. You're not. What they say, come out of her, my people. come out of her. So if you are just tuning in, I'm trying to scoop my chair up on this floor. So straight and narrow is the way. And where did we find that at, you all? We showed it in here. There was a really good diagram, a pictorial about the straight and narrow. And if you're just tuning in, I've clicked out of it so many times, and it showed the human body from right here. Straight, it was depicting straight and narrow. And it goes up to here. Very few will find it. Find it, very few. Well, Gina, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. No one enters, no one comes to the Father except the Spirit draws him, the Holy Spirit. No one comes to the Father except the Spirit draws him. It's like it's your spiritual connection. The third eye. There's so much symbolism, but they can talk about the symbolism, and they can pass it off to you as pure evil. You don't want nothing to do with this third eye, the Anunnaki and the gods and whatever. It's pure evil, they say. But yet they embracing it. You think they got their pineal gland calcified? No, they don't got their pineal gland calcified. They want that connection, and they're using it for the wrong reason. Get you some turmeric. It removes the fluoride from your brain. You know what I did? I made some capsules. I bought some turmeric, and I got these gel-filled capsules in a little capsule machine. And I put the turmeric in it, curcumin. I mean, you can have cumin that you can, or curry and stuff, but the turmeric itself, it's more expensive than the curry. It appears to raise the endogenous glutathione, the endogenous glutathione production, in the brain. It's a major antioxidant defense system. The study investigated the mechanisms through which the fluoride induces severe neurodegenerative changes in the mammalian brain. That's your brain, and that's my brain, particularly in the cells of the hippocampus and the cerebral cortex. When my daughter was little, she was in the 5th grade. I'm going to talk about the hippocampus, or whatever you want to call it. She's very quiet. And her 5th grade teacher goes, I think she's got some ADD going on or whatever, because she's very artistic and all this kind of stuff. So they sent us to Walter Reed Hospital in Maryland. And just because they recommended it, was in the military. And I remember my daughter sitting on this table in one of the rooms, and all these doctors, this was really strange, all of these doctors, after they had got some blood work or something, it might have been the 2nd visit, came back for the blood work results. These doctors came in, men and women, there's probably around 5 or 6 of them. They were looking at my daughter sitting there, going like this to her hair, looking at her skin, looking at her back, just looking at her body as if she was some type of a specimen, something very unusual. But I clearly remember them just holding their strands of her hair up and stuff. Oh, she was terrified of them. Terrified of them. And he was talking about this hippocampus or whatever. He was talking about endocrine. They were really examining her. But she didn't have no ADD. I quit going. I didn't. Although, there's nothing wrong with her. But if you want to get this turmeric tablets, look, neurodegenerative changes in the mammalian brain. It's a major antioxidant defense system. It will damage your cells, but I think your cells can, they can replicate. They can replicate. But you want to keep that, you want to have that spiritual connection, okay? I don't even know what the title of this was, but it's okay. It is. It's something going on. You want to activate your pineal gland, the matrix unveiled, the matrix. We're in a matrix. Look at that. It's beautiful colors. It really is. It's like straight and narrow is the way. Yeah. So it's interesting. I am going to go. I'm done talking. I said whatever I was supposed to say. And the number 3 is very symbolic. It is. I don't even know what I said. I don't. There's an all-seeing eye watching you. The epicenter of enlightenment. This is going to be severely rejected by the religious world. It is. I'm spiritual. Even though I have a Bible, and I'll read this Bible wherever it went. It went over here. This is one I found. I like to read what it says because it speaks to me. And I love it. I do. I want to grow more on the inside. I do. Want to grow in the love of God right there. And it's a spiritual thing, you all. Spiritual. It's perfect. It's all perfect. Boom. You want to activate it. You're on your way. You are on your way. It is more powerful, absolutely, than any religion in the world. It is. The right and left hemisphere. The right and left. The right and the left. Could you say the good and the bad? Could you say one part is... I don't even really know about the hemispheres. I know there's a great big... There's strange... I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to try to go there because I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth, so I'm not going there, you are. I'm not. The tree of life. Right there, it's been depicted. Look at the whole video because they were depicting the tree of life. Have something to do with your chakras and this and that and that. And 33 things. Look. Our time grid. Okay. Our DNA, our frequency. The pineal gland. The vault of heaven. The vault of heaven. I can't read what that is. Our time grid. Let me zoom it out. Our time grid, our DNA, our frequency, the omega point. It sounds like the chakras. The over-responding fraction value, associated values. Oh, well, look at this, you all. Our time grid. Quality log, emotion, peace, joy, love, reason, acceptance, willingness, neutrality, courage, power, pride, anger. It goes down. Look at it. It goes down. But when you get up to here, look how it raises big time. Emotion, you get bliss. But the further down you go, oh my gosh. Look at that 50, 30, 20. Shame and humiliation and despair. The pineal gland. Let me see if I can click out of that. I like that right there. I do. So the 17 best images of the pineal gland. I'm gonna do it. I'm done. So thank you for listening. And good morning. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. And say a little prayer. But Gina, you just talking about the pineal gland. You can't be praying. That ain't of God. Can I pray in my spirit to the Great Spirit? Okay, can I pray? I'm going to. Dear Lord, in the name of precious Jesus, may you be with every one of us, Lord, and may you help us. May you may you continually guide us in the way of the truth. May you lead the way. We know that you bring light into the darkness that is all around us, and there's so much to learn. There's a lot of mysteries out there, and We're only just beginning, some of us, to look deeper into the spiritual realm, and we know that it's all about the spirit within. It's all about your love. You love us so much that you want us to have the knowledge and the wisdom, true knowledge and true wisdom, and we know that it comes from you. That's right, it comes from you. So I want to thank you this day, and may you be with everyone, and may you fill their hearts with love this morning, and may they leave their house with love in their heart, with a smile on their face that comes from their heart. In the name of precious Jesus, amen. Yeah, I can do it. I will do it. That's right. We can do it. It's the intent of my heart. I'm sending it out there in the spiritual realm, and it's perfect. It is. Have a wonderful rest of your morning. You all, love you, and thank you, moderators on here, and thank you all for your comments. There's something to it. There's something to it, and they don't want us to figure it out. They know what it is, but they don't want us to know what it is. It's like they want to have all the knowledge in their hands, but the knowledge of this world is coming to nothing. It's coming to nothing. Boom. It is. Love you.